speech.
It's a wonderful day. I'm excited to see all of you in the city of Philadelphia to come in a some way this manner for us all to find a solution to our Bomi County University problem. Brothers and sisters, friends, I will start my report by thanking the due paying members and our supportive members of Nbcaa for their tireless, are you with me? For their tireless support. For their tireless support since I assumed the position as president of Nbcaa. Nbcaa has been a membership-driven support organization. We have squarely depended on our membership since we took on the role as president of Nbcaa. As stated in our constitution, in the preamble of our constitution, we the people and friends of Bomi in the Republic of Liberia, now residing in the United States of America, do hereby realize the need and urge to come together and to unite under one umbrella as an organization, follow to protect our common interest, our general welfare, our prosperity, and to nurture strong community spirit in the Bomi community in the diaspora, to foster good understanding and relationship amongst ourselves and with other people and other organizations within the United States. Wow. It has been an interesting 2 years. When I was mandated to serve as acting president of this August body, the mandate was only for 1 year. Again, COVID came and disrupted our entire process. So my dear membership, know that Murphy Gibson became president for 1 year. It was not 2. But COVID came, as we all are aware, COVID was a disruption to the process. Now, we all must clearly understand this, that Nbcaa, again, is membership driven, and that is why we are here. Our membership consistently and continuously over the years have been committed to supporting us. And all of what I'm about to narrate today is because of our membership. So I want to salute all of you all. I want you guys to clap for yourselves. Those who have supported Nbcaa. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. My leadership mandate in the summer of 2019, I remember May 12, we were mandated to organize Nbcaa because our dear President Emeritus, Barry Edwards, was actually, after serving for some time, got sick, and everything broke down. So Deacon Brown from New York played an instrumental role in bringing us this far. It was few leaders from very early administration who came together and said that it's indeed about time that we all work together and put community interest first. And in that August body, I was elected because of my work in Bomi. Deacon Brown did not know me personally by then, but because of our activities in Bomi consistently on social media, and he said that it was important that we bring this young man on board. It was how I came on board, and today, over 15 years. We were mandated to organize the association, improve on our membership, and go to convention to elect our new leaders. Under that mandate, I come to you today to submit to you as acting national president that we fulfill that mandate. Nbcaa that had no Nbcaa that had no structural leadership anywhere but then, today we have come to you to present our leadership accomplishment over the 2 years, even though we're mandated for 1 year. Today, Nbcaa can boast of over 500 members and affiliates, over 1,000 affiliates across the U.S. And we are proud. My hope and prayer is that the next administration will go beyond where we stop. As National President, I have the distinguished honor to inform this noble assembly that our leadership deliver beyond our mandate. So I'm about to narrate some of the things we achieved within the 2 years, even though COVID kept raging hell, but our wonderful people. We created 6 chapters on our mandate. We created 6 chapters. We expanded the organization. We reached out to influential young people, inspired them. And today I have a few of my chapter presidents, and I would love to call some of them to just wave to the group and say thank you in this public manner for their role play. Firstly, I want to reach out to New England chapter president, Her Excellency Nbcaa. I want to reach out to the DMV chapter president, Her Excellency Nbcaa. I want to say congratulations to the Minnesota chapter president, my own brother Abraham Dolly. The Delaware chapter president is not here. In New Jersey, coordinator is not here. Pennsylvania president is not here. And on our mandate, we reached out to 2 district organizations. One is the Great Uniclan. Y'all talk about Uniclan, man. And the Uniclan president is not here, but I think the Secretary General is. Very instrumental in supporting our leadership, supporting us at every level. Uncle Morde, you have my salute. And we have our distinguished swim maker president, our own Jatu Kar. You are welcome, and thank you for coming.
Now we see where the camera goes.
Now, after reconsolidating and putting our membership into order, we reached out to the 2 districts. We were successful in bringing Swimmaker on board, and Uniclan has always had our back. That was good. We decided to venture into other different activities in Bomi. When the people of Bomi realized that our sons and daughters, brothers and sisters in the U.S. had gathered together under one umbrella to work, they decided to reach to us whenever there were issues that they needed our intervention. And we were successful in intervening in a lot of projects under the 2 years. The 2 years under review. On the projects and donation and projects, as a newly revamped organization, our leadership was called upon many times to assist our people back home in different capacities. Medical emergencies, like the government hospital, the sporting activities, women empowerment projects across Bomi. An obligation that we fulfilled to its fullest as a people. So this body was able to accomplish things that supporting the hospital, supporting the sporting activities in Bomi, supporting education, and empowering our Bomi women back home in the interiors. When we first took over in like 2 weeks, the Liberian government hospital. So the hospital in Bomi, the only referral hospital in Bomi, is to be the only referral hospital in our region, which is called, I don't know what they call it, Liberian Government Hospital. It's the old LMC hospital there.
Yeah, LGH.
The LGH, but it's called the Liberian Government Hospital. That hospital, after we took over Degon, you remember, it was like 2 weeks when a pregnant woman gave birth right in front of CHU, and the hospital facility, they had no electricity, they were rationing current. As people of Bomi, seeing such thing in the newspaper, what can we do? What we did was, we called on the board and were able to support the hospital at that moment because we came together. That's the essence of unison, and that's the essence of being together. We're able to provide 1,200 to provide fuel for the smooth operation of the generator for 2 weeks so that government could help mitigate the problem. At the same time, the Bomi radio, I was gonna be done. At the same time, the Bomi radio, the only community radio in Bomi, was shut down because they could not support the radio capacity to provide information dissemination to our people across the county. As an administration, again, we felt that it was important for us to invest in that process to help our people get more information. What did we do? We provided over 2 drum of fuel for the hospital at the same time when we took over in the first 2 months. And in 4 months after, the nurses in Bomi decided to stay home because the government of Liberia could not afford to cater to their salary arrears. The government had owed them for almost 2-3 years, and they said, well, no need to be working here. So everyone decided to go in private sector. As president again of the association, we felt that it was necessary for us to inspire our people. And what we believe in is that public service is honorable. Public service is very decent. And we decided to encourage our people. All right? There is no pay for public service. Some of the things we go through are public servants. There is no pay for it. The reward is not worth the sacrifices we make. So we decided to call on our nurses on the Bomi USA Hour that many of us in this room, some of the leaders have participated on. We call on the nurses, please, for God in heaven's sake, cater to our people. As an association, we will find something for you. What we did, we provided rights for all 24 public medical centers in Bomi. That project was done by our liaison team, Honorable Charles Honey in Bomi, and it was done very well. So 24 public health facilities across Bomi, from Swemeka, coming down to Doing District, coming down to Clear District. We provided food for all the public facilities. The records are there. The photos, all the pictures are there. We did not stop there. COVID came. While we're planning for our convention, COVID came as an impediment, an obstacle to our own process. But as a people, the board decided to immediately, because we could not convene anymore, the board decided to extend our tenure. And we met generally in our normal meetings, we talked about it, and we decided to move forward and wait for COVID to subside so that preferably we can come together as brothers and sisters. After being far from one another for months and years, we can come together instead of doing online Zoom and whatever. So we decided to launch a project. I remember while driving from work one morning, I called Brother Samuel. COVID is raging here in the U.S. We know that. We are resilient in the U.S., and by God's grace, the medical system could help. But back home, when the government shut down the entire country because there was no food, because of COVID, we felt that we should do something. We're on an obligation as citizens of Bomi. What did we do? Our administration decided to reach out to the same membership. We reached out to membership, and each and every one of you who have been supporting this organization provided $100. And we raised over $6,000 to provide food for our people. And I can respectfully submit to you, my dear General Assembly, that 48 towns benefited from that food in Bomi County. And the good thing is, from the perspective of the National Bomi County Association, we don't discriminate. There is no one town different from this town. And one good thing is, all through what the former chairman and the secretary for that committee is here. One day, my town all benefited. So there is no discrimination from the, as national, we're still giving Swing Mecca, we'll give Swing Mecca as national, Darwin, Clay, and just like that. We don't go to our personal towns. Even Digon town all benefited. Person, Clayton. They remember the restaurant. I said, Digon, we gotta sell the other people. All right, so we are pleased to submit that 48 towns and villages in Bomi benefited from that. We now stop there. I want to say thank you for that process because all of you were sitting home. Myself, I was home because of COVID, but we still chipped in. And people gracefully chipped in for God's sake. I'm so excited. I'm leaving this position with my head high up in the air because the Bomi people really supported me. And I'm so pleased that I was supported. I tell people that the Bomi people are the most easiest people to deal with.
True.
I say this every day. We can force here, but when we get out there, we still move. We are easy to deal with, easy to lead. All you need to do is to lead by example. And when you do that, they will follow. And we encourage the new leadership to do the same thing. Quickly, let me run through. There was a storm in Gaia Hills. I was in Liberia, but then the chairman of the board called on me. Mr. President, our people really need help. And as an organization, we made the highest donation in that particular process. And the people of Gaia Hill, they still do remember what their sons, brothers, and sisters did for them. Thank you so much for that. In all the sporting activities in Bomi, normally sport is competition. Our organization supported from the day we started in 2 years. We supported the first county meet, we gave 500 for the first game. The second game, we gave another 500. We did not stop there. The last county meet, Bomians, in fact, in the US really made me proud. I started in Liberia, the team here raised over $2,400 to send for our team. When politicians in Bomi, right after the election, no one could help anymore because they had no interest in the country. This association took our players from Bomi to Sano. We all, people who know Liberia, the landscape, you know what it is to take people from Bomi to another region, to Sano, with all the different impediments on the road and what have you. At one point in time, Deacon was in a friend when people in come and say, Wendy, what if that Kingdom capsized? We have people, children in Kingdom, going to represent our country. And it was because of what we did here. Our being together, we should never underestimate our gallery, no matter what our differences are. So I want to say thank you. Again and again, our leadership accounted to us. We submitted our second financial report. Unfortunately, today our treasurer is not here due to bereavement. Two of his brothers died. He was just in Liberia 5 days ago, for 5 days. He's now in Atlanta, and on the funeral today. It's so sad. He's not here. We have the financial report, which of course we're going to circulate. The convention committee is going to get everyone email. Will circulate that information to everybody because it's a public document for your perusal. Over the years, we ran this association on projects. We're only a few, not more than 19 or 15 that paid convention, that paid dues. It was me, Mema, Deacon Brown, and and a few of us, and some Harvard. All right, we pay consistently. So I want to say thank you. I've come to this to say thank you from the bottom of my heart. I may not have the opportunity to say this again in maybe any forum or fora for Bomi, but I come to say thank you deeply from the bottom of my heart. The Bomi people really surprised me. For me, it was the most, in a good way, positive way, right? For me, serving my kinsmen was the most precious and privileged opportunity of my lifetime. And I do not take this for granted. I've come to say thank you. May God bless all of us as we convene today to talk about our county and to talk about association and the forward march of our dear union. May God be with us. May we agree on everything we talk about. May we leave from this convention with passion and zest to push the Bomi agenda regardless of our differences, and we must put Bomi first. I thank you all.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's the president of Bomi County Association there, addressing the union.
The convention chair, Mr. Dr. Sumo. Yes, sir.
Bye-bye.
All right, guys, you're following the voice of Sino in the diaspora. Right now we are covering the convention of Bomi County Association in Americas.
I'm going to give the general of the plan area the opportunity. I'm sorry, no.
It's the chairman of the Electoral Commission here, I'm told.
At this time, Mr. President, if you choose to remain your seat or you want to come back to the podium, but he's still on the floor. Now he has given his honor the entire history from 2019, and I heard something that I really know about, especially, was it 3 years they were not paid? Jesus Christ. They could have worked like real. So, yeah. So, whatever it is like, at this time now, the floor is here. I'm going to stay up here. If you want to ask a question to the principal, the president, based on a report, you have the liberty, and I'm going to give you the floor, and he's going to answer your question. So the floor is yours. Any question for the report the president has just made? You call your name, please, and then you ask a question.
My name is Rebecca David. Mr. President, and I am aware that the women group was created under your organization, but while elaborating on your report, I noticed I did not mention the women group. May I know why? Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Rebecca. And by the way, Rebecca is my daughter. She's the former president for. Is the still president? Yeah, Rebecca came to the U.S. When I went to Liberia in 2019, November. Right after I became president, I went to Liberia. It was not on the organization money. I go to Liberia often. Yeah, Liberia is my home. I go there often. So I went to Liberia. Rebecca introduced me at a program, and I saw she was smart. She has potential in her. And as a man who believe that we need to uplift, promote, and inspire the young people, we're able to, today by God's grace, Rebecca is in the States. She's in Philadelphia Community College, and she's doing well. So I say thank you to you. There were too many things I just could not talk about because of time. We have time on our ear. I'm sorry to the women, especially I think our women chair trying to cater to things and what have you. But it's the first time on our leadership, like I said, we went beyond. We expanded. We are people of vision. So in 2 years, I just could not say all the things we have done. But we have really did a lot. We did a lot of things. We created for the first time the women's wing. And I can say this today. In my entire leadership, the women supported me more than the men. Yes, sir. Women are women. Oh, yeah, yes. And you know, and every contribution, the women gave more. They gave more. All the contributions, women gave more. Their name dominated the list and what have you. So the women's wing, in fact, on our leadership was created, they did not stop there. They moved beyond the U.S., even though they cater to one another, call one another and what have you, but they moved beyond the U.S. They went to Liberia in December. While I was in Liberia, in fact, they gave me one of their T-shirts. I attended a program that was organized by the women, by Bomi USA women. They help our disabled brothers. That day, they post smile. Try to restore that hope on Christmas Day. They distributed gifts on almost all the disabled people in Bomi. In Tottenham, over 200 disabled people. I was in that meeting. And we're through the women's wing. I want to say thank you to our chairlady. She's not here, but our own chairlady, Mahawa Akwe, Yahawa Taylor Akwe. Thank you so much for that reminder. And there are things like, take for example, the Queen Contest. I did not even mention the Queen Contest, but God knows that we did a lot of things. And this assembly can speak to that. That amidst all the differences today, we play our role. And history will be good to us. It will judge what we do today and tomorrow. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to entertain probably 4 more questions. So yeah, go ahead.
My name is Amadou Sharif, one of the finest sons from Nbcaa district. My question is, having listened to the deliberation from one of the best president ever produced by our noble institution, from the indicator and the dialectic of your inner working and your external working, as regards to the positive impact our people felt, I want to know why you decided not to contest for any position, neither going for presidency or going on the board.
Excellent. That's something.
Excuse me. Call your name again. Say Adama. Amadou. We're talking in the scope of the report. So can we take, any politics out of here? Thank you. No, I will not allow a question on the floor, sir. Yeah, well, I would not take that question, please. Thank you. Do you have another question to replace that question? Do you have another question to replace it? Can I give you a chance to ask another question? Yeah. Okay,
All right, Mr. President, once more, my name is Amadou Sharif. This time around, all protocol observed. All protocol observed. By extension, I'm the co-chair on the board of the Nbcaa district. So my question to the chairman, the president, is why is it that this report was not given in the quarterly basis by why it is not given on a quarterly basis, and you waited to combine the report for almost 2 years, even though you did excellent, very excellent and exceptional work. But why you have to wait and combine the report to the extent that you left some positive thing behind? Why?
So the essence of convention is to kind of give an annual report. So when you come to convention, you don't just restrict it to quarterly report. All right. So when we gather in this manner, it's once. So we give annual. So we consider our annual to be the 2 years span. Because because of COVID, we did not have any convention, not a virtual convention. I have all the different things we did. For the time, we have election, all that kind of stuff. So I could not keep narrating. I can talk plenty. So I had to cut myself, So like I talked about the Queen Contest. In the midst of COVID, we were very innovative. Leaders in the organization decided to innovate. And we were successful in having Queen Contest while sitting home. In fact, the first time in my lifetime in Bomi Association, I think we got it before Deacon. The money we raised that night, we have never raised that money before. maybe in the association history, I don't know. All right, yeah. So it was true innovation in 2 hours, less than 3 hours, 2 hours 40 minutes. So we could not give quarterly report because this is an annual convention. It's mandated by law. They come and give a review. Yeah.
I gotta be recognized by the board for it. Do you recognize me?
Thank you.
Thank you very much. I'm Jack Dawley, chairman of the board of Nbcaa District. My question is to Mr. Outgoing President. Thank you very much for your job. But something I didn't get clear. When you took over as an interim leadership, it didn't tell us how much you made in the fund, and you leaving, how much you left in the fund. I believe in accountabilities, and this is one of the problems that we face in this United States here with organization. People, whatever you put in, at the end of the day, people leave without nothing. Even though you said that your financial secretary is not here, but this is a convention. At the end of the day, you will be called formal. We cannot hold you accountable for anything. So I want to know how much you made in the fund and how much you leave in the fund. Thank you.
I really thought not to go deep into, because when I say, I think people got me when I say after almost 10 to 15 years, things went, yeah. How many years? Yeah, after 9 years, the organization was completely dormant. I just thought to not go into the nitty-gritty of all the small things because we're moving forward, all right? But when I took office, this shit here, I know how they shit. I did not even talk about that. The organization is a 501c3 organization. It was registered in the state of Rhode Island, and it's official.
No cross-talking, please.
All right, it's official. I did not even talk about all of those things, all right? So, office, we now have this sheet. It was not given to us. It was Deacon Brown, Honorable Johnson, and Reverend Edwards. We put money, I think 250, 150. Well, few that started putting our money into it. And we immediately said we must have convention. And we assembled in Philadelphia. And continue to have our stuff. So there was no money absolutely anywhere. There was no turning over notes. What we're about to do, you see this document we wrote is a turn over notes. So if the body accepts this document, we'll move forward. If not, we'll still review it, and the new administration will definitely either they accept it or they take it to court, right? So when it comes to how much we're leaving in our covers, that's a beautiful question, which of course I stated to you that we're going to get the emails. The confidential will do that job for us. All of us in here will have the emails, right? So the accounting process is still ongoing. Know that I think registration ended last night, 11:59, right? So with that process, the financial team is doing their own tabulation. We're still spending resources, and what have you, who knows? But I can tell you, and I as an individual, I'll be sitting in my corner and telling God, thank you that when we came, we did not meet anything, but we'll be leaving with something very good. Yeah, very good. We will not leave the covers empty. We have no intent. Beginning today, everything Bomi sees about Bomi Association. I'm a private Bomi citizen, all of you, and we all can. I will be in the crowd too. We'll be causing us. But Mamu knows me for that, all right? So we'll leave something very good there, and you have that information personally. Yeah, it will not be in the kuku jumuku thing. Trust me, I'm leaving, and for the future, because I'm very young, we have future, and we'll definitely protect that. Yeah.
Question.
Keep on him first so you can
I mean, maybe. Yeah. Oh. No, she first. Okay.
keep telling you.
Okay. I want to say thank you first of all for this great convention. This is my first time and I love it. I'm liking it. As you said, we fight, but we have one common goal: to unite. I got to know about this organization through our President Moivi 2019. I didn't know that this organization had existed for about 9 years. So I want to say thank you for that. You reach out to everyone, especially the young ones. And what do you really want to see happen in the future? What is your expectation moving forward? Thank you.
I really thought to, because I have one more speech to give, and that speech I'll be giving it off here, right? I really thought to hold on the future of Nbcaa, all right? Not only Nbcaa, the Bomi people. What I see, from the 2 years I sat as president, in my perspective, on the future, where do we go from here? How do we proceed? So tonight, by God's grace, if everything goes well, we will be giving our projection, what the program say, prognosis, our future prediction about, and our advice to the new leadership and to all of you. For me, going forward, I really want to see peace. For the Bomi people to live in harmony, regardless of whatever. And, it's about time that we come together. We have a content to restore. We have a content to work for. We even had what the new Bomi City project that could not be achieved because of COVID. Madam Somo was heading that project, right? And there are too many things. We inspire people to go back home. Let us not just be the talkative. Let's match our words by our deeds, by action. Take land in Bomi. The land got enough land space, man. Start building something small. And, because the Nbcaans are doing it. For me, I believe in competition. Those who know me from the university, when I work on early campus, they call me Mr. Bomi. Because no student on early campus could touch my Bomi business. Everywhere we compete. All right? And that's how I live, right? So I believe that going forward, each and every one of us in this hall must begin to think that Monrovia is not our home. We need to start doing something back. When a small farm, two cassava patch, to help the people. And more besides that, one thing I will say tonight, Bomi is next to Maserado, Bomi is the most heterogeneous county. So the issue about one group of people consistently have dominance in Bomi, I'll tell you, I'm involved in a lot of things back home. The landscape has changed. Bomi is very heterogeneous. If you go there with your tribal bigotry, you on your own. The people who used to be there before, they are not there anymore. So we need to change. And those are things that we'll be projecting tonight. Thank you so much, and thank you so much. And thank you for being very helpful in the 2 years. I appreciate you so much. Thank you.
One more question. One more question.
Yeah. Mr. President, I want to thank you first of all because we know the role you play. Oh, I'm Adama Samola, former President PA chapter. I want to first of all thank you for the role you play in the organization because you met a broken system. And you came in and you united us from the onset. And then we started working together and later a massive division came in. As a president, outgoing president, what statement do you have to give this divided group that you are living today? Let it be for the record. This group is heavily divided. Honor your leadership. After you have struggled all the years to put this organization together, and now you're leaving a divided group. What role are you going to play in this convention in uniting this organization before you are called former president? My next point. Who are you to determine my question? How are you? How are you? How are you?
Mr. Samola.
Yeah.
Please restate your question. I'm sorry, I'm doing a lot of stuff here. Please restate your question.
Okay, let me just make it short.
Yeah.
Let me make it short.
You have only one question. No delay behind.
All right.
We're talking about the report. You gave another report here. So go ahead.
The report? Oh, report. All right, okay. But let's just be clear for the record. You are living a divided group. You need to work on that. All right, my question is, you operated the institution for 2 years, and I was to the table. I don't know whether you made that statement. We did a lot of fundraisers. Whether you made some report on what you met in the covers and what you are leaving in the covers. I'm only asking because I was not on the table, I was over there. So if you ever answer the question, then I'm sorry for that, but I was just asking the question. So if you have anything on that, okay, then I'll rest my case.
Yeah, the question was answered.
Are you asking about the finance?
Cover. Well, in the point left.
No, he answered that question.
Yeah, the question was addressed. Yeah.
Yeah, he answered. Somebody asked him that question already. That was Mr. Gordon, right? Gordon, am I right? Yeah, about Mr. Gordon. So I can still get you one more chance for another question if you do have. Okay,
good.
Great. Thank you. This is a convention. Okay, so a big. Let us get a person a big hand of applause.
So, Akoya, thank you. All right. No, thank you so much.
Speak whatever, man.
You are English country. No, but yeah, you see that I just said it just now. Next to Maserado, Bomi is the most heterogeneous county in Liberia, right? You will not go see today the guy people that snow or it's a senator in Bomi. They still got Bassa people in Bomi too, right? You go to the plantation, they got Pella people. So this is I can remember, I may say it, right? This is the first time. It's normal. We are not divided. It's a normal thing. This is the very first time for Bomians to assemble in this manner in faction, heavily contested for almost all the positions to decide their new leaders. As expected, it will always be people take their side and what have you. But one thing I know, we'll leave from here by God's grace, united as a people. Thank you all.
Okay, once again, thank you very much, Mr. President. At this time, I am going to put on the floor to entertain a nomination for the President's report. A motion, rather. I'm sorry. To entertain a motion for the President's report. And this is how I want to do it. Somebody from among you people can make a move. That move that the report just given by the President scrutinized. I'm not just putting the exact word, but I'm giving you a little. The report just brought forward by the President be accepted and adopted into record of Nbcaa. And if somebody made that motion, and I'm going to give a 3-second break for an objection. If there's an objection, the person will come and then the general membership will vote whether we should adopt the report, accept the report first, and adopt it. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I see, who's that? Yes, sir? Mr. Fagon, okay.
I think the convention report is not a theoretical document. It has to be attached. There should be an attachment, the financial. People come to convention not to listen to the speeches. The financial component is very important. As it is now, the report is fragmentary. It's incomplete. So I think we should reject the report until. You ready for the motion now?
No, I will pass the floor. But I just want to, let me make something clear.
Yeah.
The report given right now by the President is not a financial report. It is the state of affairs of Nbcaa from 2019 to now. There's a portion from here where the board director will come and do the same thing, and you people will scrutinize him. You people have the power now. You're replacing whoever that's will be here. You people doing our job now. So, because this is plenary. And then, from there, we'll go to call on the financial team to come here and make their financial report. So for any reason, if you get problem with the president's report and you don't accept it, we'll take the president, and that will not represent the financial report in its entirety. Am I making sense here, ladies and gentlemen? Yeah, and you spoke about it, right?
Yeah, but it's
okay,
that-
that's why now we're going to see, but this should not be like we're accepting financial report. There's only the president report here. Now we're going to see what we're going to accept it. If yeah, then we'll adopt it. If we reject it, we're going to send it back to him.
So you have a motion?
So, yeah, the floor is open for motion. So,
Yeah, I have my hand up for the motion.
okay, yeah, before the motion, you wanted to say something?
No, I want to do the motion, but it's okay.
Okay, so we're going to pass a motion. First, let me just give the motion to accept. And I'm going to give 3 seconds. If anybody want a motion. So,
I can do the motion for that.
okay, you start to do what? To accept?
They'll do the motion.
We
Yeah,
pass
so
the motion to accept. Now get 3
Yeah,
seconds.
seven.
Another person will say
Mana,
to accept.
yeah.
Okay, so you stand
Or
up.
it has to be worked on.
I'm
standing up.
Do we have somebody anywhere who want to do a motion to reject? Okay. Okay, you stand by over there. So I got, let me do it that way. Is it fair? And remember the floor is yours.
All right. Yeah. My name is Henrietta Askey. I am the vice president for the Nbcaa District Association in Americas. And if I can obtain a second, I move that the report just read be accepted and sent to committee room with the attached financial report for scrutiny.
So second. Okay. Do we have another motion on the floor, please? Second. That has been seconded. So, my God, who is the secretary? Mr. Secretary, I hope you're doing. You know, the convention don't have secretary. I hope you should have told him. I hope you say you don't do
Hey guys, you're following the voice of Sano here. This is Bomi County Association convention in Philadelphia.
Okay, I got it. Yeah. Yeah, do your best. Okay, so we're going to, sir, you want to come on the stage so that you can use, this guy is doing something. You call here or you can go to him. Then you have to talk loud enough.
I didn't see a motion. I want to raise it, so I'll get it.
Mr. Falcon, you said you got a motion to object?
She made a motion already.
That is the motion you want that? That the report be accepted? Wait. You want the report to be accepted or sent to the financial committee?
No. I said.
For scrutiny.
Yeah, it has to be sent to. You have to attach the. No, it's not. No, it's not. Like, you accept the report, send it to the committee room, attach the financial report for scrutiny. They have to go through the report.
So
and
that be the case.
yeah.
Right. Then before we go on that or before this body got to elect a financial team that will do that work.
Dr. Sumo, even if you object to the report, it still has to go to committee room. So whether there is an objection or not, it still has to go to committee room for scrutiny.
Yeah, Doc. Thank you for the floor. Thank the board and the president for the report, but I want to move that the report just read be completed. It should be completed because it's an incomplete report. It should be completed before it be accepted. It's incomplete. Give me a break, let me learn. Let me learn. Before you go to committee room, it must be accepted. When it is accepted, it goes to committee room. But once it's incomplete, we should reject it until it's completed. That's my motion, that should be rejected until it's completed. Thank you.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
Okay, sorry.
But then you get
So, my name is Abraham Dawley, the Minnesota Chapter Executive Director. in my own personal opinion, listen to the report. I think it's incomplete, it's ambiguous, so it should be objected. The report is ambiguous, it's incomplete.
Okay. Yeah, my name is Ernest Gray Davis, and I come from Senye. I think sending the report to committee room will have to answer some questions, structural questions. Does the organization have a standing financial committee? In my mind, it appears that the financial committee must be headed by the treasurer or financial secretary, as mentioned by the outgoing president. So sending the report back to that committee will answer the structural question that a committee headed by the same treasurer he's making reference to, or the financial secretary, is the one who's going to review the report, especially the financial aspect, and get it corrected. So in that case, I think the outgoing president has already answered this question before this motion. That the report I'm giving you does not have the financial component, but I am going to call on the financial secretary, who, after his bereavement obligation, will answer the necessary financial details and forward the report to everyone in their emails. So sending it to committee room, going back to the same committee, because I don't know whether the structural question of a financial committee will be answered. That is, you have a separate financial committee apart from the one that is headed by the financial secretary. By training, I am a financial person. All right, I've practiced finance for more than 15 years already. So these matters, when they come to plenary of the report. So I want to submit here that we send this report. The report is already pending to the financial secretary to do the necessary corrections, and that will be the responsibility of the incoming administration. That incoming administration will now disseminate the information and ask the necessary questions for these people to answer. I mean, it's normal practice. You leave office, you can still be called to account. It's normal practice. So nobody going to heaven now. So I submit.
Nobody going to heaven. It's a good one. All right, guys, I have to be right back. 1 second, I got to be right back. I know, right? I'll be right back quick.